Hi, Brent at thetoolJungle.com. Today we're showing you our three biggest sellers of the 3-step pads. First we have the dry 3-step pads. They work completely dry, no water is needed at all. Fantastic choice in areas where you're limited to water. The next is our hybrid wet-dry 3-step. These pads work wet or dry and will work on every material, from white marble to the hardest granites and quartz. Next we have our Granite 3-step pads, the wet-only 3-step pads. These pads are our longest lasting pads if you're working on granite and engineered stone. These are our longest lasting pads designed specifically for water. All three pads have different flexibility ratings. The Granite one's the most flexible. It can completely bend in half. Especially with water, it gets even more flexible. Next in line is our white ones. These are flexible too. Once it gets wet, they'll become even more flexible. They have a really good flexibility rate. Last is our dry pads. The dry only pads, hex pattern, are flexible, but is the least flexible of all of them. But still, they have a very good flex rating to get in tight spots. And like all pads, the more they're used and get worn, the more they become more flexible. But they're all above average for flexibility. So when it comes to our 3-step pads, I say all three types, the dry, the wet-dry hybrid pads, every fabricator and every installer should at least have one set of these in their toolbox.